You know, I bought a protection dog from another company, and I love my dog. And yet, the way this dog was trained, it wasn't exactly suited for what I was looking for in a protection dog. This dog was delivered with very serious problems, and it really made owning the dog very challenging. Rex was very aggressive with other dogs. I mean, he just had a tremendous dog aggression to the point where, I mean, he's literally out of control. The dog goes crazy. If you're in the car, he sees another dog, the barking, just the crazed barking would not stop. And it would continue even after the dog was out of sight. If my wife happened to be walking Rex and she saw someone else coming, walking their dog, she would have to go to a tree and wrap the leash around the tree and hold on, because there was literally no way that she could control the dog. And I remember one time, and this is where it got very serious and I knew I needed something to be done, was we came across, there was another dog. The dog seemed to be in control for a little bit, then went crazy. He started going after this other dog. My wife jumped kind of in front of him to stop him, and he ended up biting my wife. Now, this was not something that we wanted in our dogs, and it really made taking the dog out a chore. It made going for a walk a chore. It really wasn't the dog we were looking for. I have 5 children, I've got a wife, and I was looking for something where the dog was a little more off-leash, so to speak, off-leash control. Because if my wife is ever in a situation where she needs to be grabbing for the kids, I can't have her also controlling a dog. And in looking around, CPI was really not only the best at providing off-leash control, they seemed to me to be the only ones that really provided it to the level that I was looking for. Based on my conversation with John, he recommended a female named Laura. She wasn't quite ready to be delivered, even though based on everything he said, she sounded like the perfect dog. A month later, we knew we were getting this dog. We were excited. We still knew we'd have another 6 weeks, but we happened to be in the area of CPI because my wife's family is from there. And I went in to see the dog with my little children. They were 7 years old at the time, just little girls, and my other son and my other son. So we were all in there, and they said, okay, here's this dog, and you're expecting this really intimidating, amazingly, just wow, walks in and is scary looking. But this dog comes in, she licks their faces, and the first thing my daughter said was, oh, I love this dog. She's just so sweet. I love this dog. And then, of course, the dog is amazing in all those other areas that John said as well. So while we were there, and after this dog had just kissed my kids and licked them and let my kids lay on her, and her tail is a thumping and she's just so excited, they went ahead and brought us down to their facility and said, okay, now let's show you what we can do. And again, I was someone who already owned a protection dog, and so I had certain expectations, but they were very much exceeded by what they were able to do with Laura. It was just amazing. Her ability it was all off leash for one thing. It was an amazing sense of control. The dog snapped to attention with every command that you gave. The aggression was there when you wanted it. The intimidation was there when you wanted it. And a moment later, when they said, stop, she was back to friendly, tail wagging Laura, and went over and licked my kids again. It was just an amazing experience. Upon leaving CPI, I went ahead and I called my assistant and I said, we've got to get my other fully trained protection dog up here to be more like this. I am a writer, I'm a novelist, I work at home. So these 2 dogs, they keep me company during the day. They lay in my office with me. They're fun, they play together. As I said, Rex no longer has any dog aggression, so they play and they wrestle. It's a lot of fun. I take them for a bike ride every day. I think exercising your dogs is important. That's just my own personal opinion. They seem to like it. As soon as my middle son, I guess, gets out of school, the first thing he does is he runs for Laura, the dog we got from CPI, and they go out and they play ball in the yard for an hour, and he giggles and laughs, and they both come in hot and sweaty, and they've just had this great time. It's been delightful, and at the same time, that's the dog part of them. At the same time, the moment I leave, I feel very secure in the fact that my wife and my family are very safe when I'm gone. These are dogs that are amazing. If there's the slightest noise in the house, Laura will alert me to that. You know, working with CPI throughout the whole process was very easy, and I mean that in a good way. It was very professional. Of course, when they came and they delivered Laura and Rex, because we had them both come back at the same time, they stayed, they worked with us, they made sure that we understood everything, they made sure that we would be comfortable the moment they left, and I was so impressed with working with CPI. I went ahead and purchased the maintenance program, I guess you'd call it, which is great because it's allowed the people from CPI to come back to my home a couple of times already. They work with the dogs, they make sure all the commands are being followed, that the dogs are as sharp as the day that they were delivered. And that's important because these are, for me, these are not only my pets, but these are working animals. They're here for a purpose. They're here for those moments when I'm gone and I need to feel that my family is safe in the home. And for me, this maintenance program has been a real blessing because you're continually reminded again that these dogs have amazing protective abilities, that they'll do what you tell them when you tell them to do it, that they'll be there when you need them. I guess it's the best way to say it. It's really an amazing safety net, one that is well worth having.